He didn't seek revenge, instead, he rewrote the rules. That's the kind of strength the world truly needs today. Far too often, we're told that power is everything: get rich, get even, get ahead. But what happens when power is wielded to silence the truth? What happens when those who have no voice and no influence get pushed aside by those who hold all the cards? Let me tell you something real. Justice is greater than power. Power can be taken. Power can be corrupted. But justice is rooted in truth, and truth lasts forever. We've all seen these stories, maybe you've lived one. A man who lost everything in court despite being innocent. A woman who stood up against corruption only to be mocked, fired, and ignored. A child who bravely spoke the truth and wasn't believed until years later when the truth finally came out. They didn't retaliate. They fought back with purpose. They rewrote the story through perseverance, through the law, through truth. The Bible affirms this in Proverbs 21:15. When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers. This reminds us that justice isn't about revenge, it's about restoring what's right for everyone, even if it shakes the unjust. Micah 6-8 gives us God's direct command to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. God doesn't call us to chase power, He calls us to pursue justice, mercy, and humility in every part of our lives. You don't need to wear robes in a courtroom or hold a position of authority to stand for justice. Sometimes it begins with a single word spoken honestly, a bold refusal to be bribed, or the courage to refuse to cover up a lie. Think about the janitor who exposed a CEO even though he wasn't rich or powerful. He chose integrity over convenience. Because of his courage, he didn't only clean floors, he cleaned up corruption. Or consider the single mother who studied law in her modest apartment just to defend her family from a crooked landlord. She didn't wait for someone else to solve her problems, she became the voice of justice in her own home. That's true strength, not revenge, not control, not popularity, but faith, truth, and the refusal to let wrong go unchallenged. Jesus never came to seize power. He came to serve, to lift the broken, and to stand with the oppressed. And when he stood before Pilate, he said, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above." John 19:11. Even in chains, Jesus demonstrated that earthly power is temporary, but truth is eternal. So, if you ever feel overlooked, unheard, or powerless, remember, you are a warrior for justice. God sees you. Don't trade your integrity for a quick win, or your peace for a louder platform. Justice endures far beyond the noise of the world. Speak truth. Walk humbly. Love mercy. That's where real power lives. And if no one's ever told you this before, let me be the first. You don't need worldly power to be great. You need courage to stand for what's right,